Hello and welcome to Tech Sports TV. I'm your host, Nico Naha. Today we'll be talking about the Virginia Tech men's basketball team and their outlook heading into the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. On our show today to talk about this topic is a writer for Tech Sideline, Corey Van Dyke. Hi Corey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, Nico. Really looking forward to talking some Virginia Tech basketball.
Of course, me as well. So for our first question, can you start off by just introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your responsibilities for Tech Sideline?
Yeah, so I'm writer for Tech Sideline. It's covering all types of live events there. So I've covered the baseball team, the basketball team, and the football team over the past 4 years pretty much. Covered press conferences, different things like that. So really just kind of getting the news out there as it happens live, doing some feature stories along the way. And I've just really enjoyed, being able to cover our Hokies right here in Blacksburg.
That's awesome. It sounds like a great gig.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get right into breaking down the Hokies draw. So first round is Virginia Tech versus Florida, the Florida Gators. What do you think our chances are in this game?
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at it, it's the 7-10 matchup, so the Hokies are the 10 seed, and I think some fans might have been disappointed that they didn't get a little higher draw, but I think you wanted to avoid that 8-9 matchup. So the fact that they're the 10 seed playing against the 7 seed, I don't really see that as a big deal. I think it is a good matchup against Florida. I think the Hokies can get it done. And really, you're looking to survive and advance in March Madness. That's what the story is all about. And if the Hokies were to survive and advance, you'd much rather be facing a 2 seed in Ohio State as opposed to a 1 seed that you might be facing elsewhere, facing a team like Gonzaga, facing a team like Baylor. So I think, you look at the draw, the Hokies have to be pleased with where they are, and I think that it is certainly a winnable matchup against the Florida Gators.
I definitely agree. It definitely would have been a very tough matchup with any of those 1 seeds in the possible second round game. So the Hokies made the Sweet 16 just 2 seasons ago. Do you think they have a chance to repeat that?
It will certainly be a tough task. Of course, that team was led by point guard Justin Robinson, was led by Buzz Williams, was the coach back then. They had really a senior-laden class, guys like Ahmed Hill leading that team. Kerry Blackshear was on the team. He was an all-ACC type player. And the Hokies, they have an all-ACC type player with Keve Aluma this year, but really they don't have that full collection of pieces. It will be difficult for them. I think, as a 10 seed moving on to the Sweet 16, that means they would likely have to beat a team like Ohio State, the 2 seed, assuming they don't get upset in the first round. So, I mean, you've looked at Ohio State all year long. They made it to the Big Ten championship. They're a team that's been atop the rankings all year long. So it'll certainly be a tough task ahead if the Hokies want to repeat and get back to the Sweet 16 again.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different than when we had to take down a 12 and a 13 seed.
Exactly.
So Tyrese Radford rejoined the team a few weeks ago. How important was it for him to come back for the Hokies this season?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Tyrese Radford, and you always kind of say who's the best player on the team and who's the most important player on the team. I think, Keve Aluma is probably the best player on the team, but Tyrese Radford may be the most important player on the team. You look at just what he brings to that team as a guard, who can rebound as a guard, who's going to go in there and mix it up in the paint. He's really kind of the energizer bunny for them in a sense, where he wants to bring the energy, he wants to bring kind of the hustle to the team. So I think him rejoining the team averages about 11 points a game. It's going to be he's going to be the key piece almost, I feel like, going forward for the Hokies in that first round matchup.
Definitely. And last but not least, so Jalen Cone has been hurt for a little bit over a month. Do you think we can go on a sustained run even if he doesn't return?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. He was their sharpshooter all year long. He's the guy that they relied on from the 3-point range. But I think you look at it, they're used to playing without him, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal going forward. I think they still can go on a run without Jalen Cone.
Well, Corey, I want to thank you again for coming on our show again today. It was a pleasure to have you, and that's all we have time for today. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.